Hello ladies and gentlemen, Excellent here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be comparing the Boeing 777-200ER, which is the extended range version, to the Airbus A350-900. Now, both these aircraft are in infinite flight, and I think in infinite flight, they are pretty much competition if you ask me. Now, in real life, I'm pretty sure the A350 and the 777 are effectively competitors, but I'm not too sure about that. So I'm not going to actually say anything in case anyone gets upset, because there's always someone who gets a little bit upset by something I say. Now, if you are new here, please make sure you like and subscribe. It doesn't mean everything to me, all the support and all the supportive stuff everyone's given. It actually does make my day. Now, the first thing I'm going to compare, so I've got a few stats up to compare these aircraft together. The first thing I'm going to look at is we're just going to observe the exterior of the aircraft here in infinite flight. Now, one thing I've noticed about the 777 is it's nice, okay, so it looks good on the exterior. I feel like the British Airways livery it's quite impeccable, to be honest, because even the detail on the rudder here, you can see how good it is and how clean it is and how smooth it is there. So that's, again, something which looks just really good about it. And then look at here at the gear, just the sheer amount of detail on the gear here is phenomenal. So the gear again here looks really good on this Boeing 777-200ER. Now we're going to go in here and we're going to go into the cabin, and you can see that the cabin here, again, it's got a live cabin, giving it up some points. It looks really good. Unfortunately, most of the aircraft is empty. Again, that's probably due to lag, because they didn't want anyone to lag out, because this was the first large aircraft to have an interior, I think. So we only do have the front bit of the aircraft with the 333 seating arrangement by the looks of that there. Now we also do here, down here, have a live cockpit. Now this is one of my favourite cockpits in the flight simulator. I just think the colour of it looks amazing. Now I know it looks like that pretty much in real life, but I think the colour is just phenomenal, and the way Infant Flight have laid out this cockpit is great. So we can see the seatbelt signs on and off. We'll see our flaps go down as well, as you can see as it slowly goes down. So I think the cockpit here in the 777 is just really good. Now we're about to see if any of the light switches work. I'm not too sure if any. Oh, so we've got what we got. We've got the strobes which go on and off. The landing lights don't, and I'm not too sure if the seat belts go around either, which is somewhere up here. Seatbelts, there we go. So we're going to test the seatbelt button to see if that works as well. Seatbelts, yes, so seatbelts and non-smoking as well, so that's really good to see like a live interactive cockpit. Now I'm pretty sure the 777 came out in 2020, which was not that long ago, to be honest, the 2020 update, and I still remember the 777 update. It was massive, one of the best in the world. Now the 777 leads the Airbus A350-900 in a few series. It's a higher aircraft in height, at 18.5 meters. It's got better thrust per engine at 417 kilonewtons, which is 417,000 newtons. Just to put that into perspective, the average body would be a weight of 90 kilograms, so about 900 newtons. So that's a lot of force this engine can produce, with a total thrust of 834 kilonewtons, which is just double the thrust per engine. Its maximum takeoff weight, again, is greater than that of the A350-900, which means you can take off heavier, potentially enabling you to have more fuel. There's also some really great views here in Infant Flight that you can get on the aircraft. This one, if I can just show you, is one of my favourite views to use. I remember the Japan Airlines livery. I'm not too sure if it's on this type of aircraft, but it's amazing. They are the only few things. It's also got the same amount of engines, of course, having two engines in the A350-900. It can have about 301 passengers with a max cruise speed of M0.81, so 81% the speed of sound, which is quite interesting. Now, let's see how this aircraft lands. Now, we're going to be using the HUD because, again, I'm not a professional, and I do admit that on many occasions, and it's quite windy here, actually, today. I'm just going to bonk down the wind a little bit. I didn't realise the UK was that windy today. It wasn't that bad outside, so here we go. We're just going to come down. It's a little bit awkward to fly and a bit heavy, but we're good. We're just going to pitch up a little bit and come in nice and smooth. And hopefully we'll get quite a buttery landing. So that's not too bad of a landing there from the exterior view. And it's quite a nice aircraft, again, just to fly in general in infinite flight. I think it's quite smooth, quite slick, and it's a pretty good aircraft for what I'm looking for. If I'm taking out a long flight, this is generally my 777 of choice, because I feel like the 777-300 just feels a bit too long for my liking. So the next aircraft then, the A350-900. So we'll just check the liveries here. There's a very large livery option here. We do have the Japan Airlines livery, I spoke about. You can see that on the wing. That's what I like about it. Now the A350s, I'd say we got a few more livery options here. Do we have a British Airways option? We don't, because I think they only have the 1000 version. We can take, what shall we take? Let's take TAM. We don't see TAM being used very often in infinite flight unless people are off to Brazil, which I believe is the location of TAM Airlines. So again, something interesting for you to know regarding my fact is correct. So the A350, I'll just show you the cockpit. So look at this aircraft. I think it looks really cool. It looks way more slick than the 777. Now, according to Google, its length is 66.8 meters. With a wingspan of 64.75 meters. That's a big wingspan, meant to be slightly larger, 4x4 meters in the 777-200 I just showed you, with a wing area of 443 square meters. Now it's also got a range slightly larger by literally maybe 30 kilometers, and the 777-200 of 14,350 kilometers, or 7,749 nautical miles, with a cruise speed of only 0.01 faster than the previous aircraft, of more M0.85, and it can have 315 passengers. So that is again 14 more passengers on capacity than 777-200ER. Again, this is all depending on your seating layout, whether you've got business, first class, etc. Now, I think the TAM aircraft just look really good in general. So we're going to go inside and first of all have a look. Now, unfortunately, this is interior and it's not as good as the 777-200 by any means necessary. I don't even know what that thing is there. I think that's like a cargo door. Now, I'm going to try and find the cockpit feel here. Now, the cockpit is amazing. Now, the final things on the exterior, so you see those screens. They don't work, but I believe someone told me in a comment section previously that Info Flight are planning to basically get them working and see what they can do, because I don't know what these extra screens are used for. I'm sure someone in the comments will know as always. So we are just chilling, so we'll get a better view of the cockpit here. Now we're going to see if any of these buttons work, so we're going to see if it comes up on screen, because I don't know if they actually do come up on screen for the Airbus aircraft or not. Nothing is moving. So we'll look up here, see if anything moves for us. No seatbelt signs are moving, but the light switches all work, so that is a bonus there. I think I'd rather the light switch maybe work, because then like if I wanted to be realistic, I could look up and I could be like, right, landing lights on, strobes on, you know, navs on, and I could do it like that, and that would look a bit more realistic and it would look quite cool. So that's another cool thing. I'm going to bring down our flaps because I'm going to do a quick takeoff in a second. Now we're going to have a quick look at the exterior of the aircraft as well, for being a competitor to the 777 in infinite flight. We got the landing lights there, of course, looking, you know, kind of weird as always. And I think the detail on the gear is a little bit less than the 777, unfortunately. Again, this aircraft may be a year older in infinite flight than the 777s that we currently have, because they were fully reworked a little while ago. So let's see how this thing lands, shall we? Hopefully it lands quite well for us, and we'll sort that out. So we're just going to calibrate and short final it. And so first thing I notice is it doesn't bob up as much, but it's much heavier. That might be because I've got a lot of fuel in it from a previous long haul I've done. And I think in general, if we just pop to the exterior view now, oh, we're going to come in nice and smooth. Come on. Oh, can we do it? Can we do it? Oh, now that was beautiful. That was such a nice landing, that one. Now I think the cockpit is just a bit of a weird one to fly in comparison to the 777, but that landing was really good. I was really happy with that. So we'll go back to our takeoff place and just chill here for the final bit. So, if you were to choose an aircraft, I would personally choose the probably the 777 now. The reasons I choose the 777 is because I'm a big fan of the interiors, and even while you can get some interior shots, I think the blackness just makes it, you know, a little bit awkward. It looks a bit lonely, but I think it's still a cool shot nevertheless. I think reasons for choosing the A350, again, for the realism of all of these switches up here, even though you get the seatbelts in the other one, I don't know what switches I'd rather have working, because they're your seatbelt switches and they do not move, unfortunately. I think again the screen that just doesn't work upsets me a bit, so that's another reason why I might choose the 777 over the A350. However, if you're looking for a cool aircraft to fly with more livery options, then the A350 might be the aircraft for you. However, if you did find this video helpful and you did enjoy it, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Good night.
Find your way into this wonderland, cross the